All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Anuja Kumar. The headlines. Teachers' Day being celebrated throughout the country today. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu to give away National Teachers Awards in New Delhi. An interministerial central team arrives in Nagaland to assess the damages caused by floods and landslides. Finance Ministry notifies annual tax return forms for businesses registered under GST. President Ram Nath Kovind calls upon Indian diaspora in Bulgaria to become a part of India's transformative journey. And in football, defending champions India to take on Sri Lanka in their opening encounter at SAF Cup in Dhaka today. Teachers' Day is being celebrated throughout the country today. The day is celebrated on the birth anniversary of educationist and former President Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. Various programs have been organized, especially in schools and colleges, to mark the occasion. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu will give away National Teachers Awards at a function in New Delhi. More from our correspondent.
In the national capital, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu will confer the National Teachers Awards to 45 teachers. The award is given as public recognition to meritorious teachers working in primary, middle and secondary schools. The awards, which were instituted in 1958, carry a silver medal, a certificate and 50,000 rupees. This year's awardees have been selected under revised guidelines to ensure transparent and fair selection and demonstrated excellence in performance. Anupam Mish, AIR News, Delhi.
President Ram Nath Kovind and Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu have greeted teachers on the occasion. In a message, the President said, a characteristic feature of Indian culture and heritage has been Guru Shishya Parampara. Extending his warm greetings and good wishes to all teachers on the occasion, the Vice President said, teachers are nation builders who shape the caliber and character of the children. Yesterday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacted with the winners of National Teachers Awards at his official residence. Mr. Modi called upon teachers to work towards bringing out inherent strength of students, especially those from the poor and rural areas. Mr. Modi congratulated the awardees for their efforts towards improving the quality of education in the country. In Madhya Pradesh, the State Cabinet has given approval to give benefits of 7th Pay Commission from 1st January 2016 to all teachers and the entire staff of equivalent cadre in government colleges and universities of the state. An interministerial central team arrived in Nagaland to assess the damages caused by floods and landslides. The central team, along with state officials, visited the flood-ravaged areas of Dimapur district yesterday. They inspected the Balijan bridge of Vihoku village and visited the damaged plantation site at Nuiland in Dimapur. The team members also interacted with the affected people. The team, headed by Joint Secretary in the Home Ministry, K.B. Singh, will visit Wokha, Kohima and Phek districts today and tomorrow. More from our correspondent.
Home Commissioner Nagaland R. Ramakrishnan said that the IMCT team will visit Bandari under Wokha district today for inspection of major crop damages, after which they would proceed to Wokha and have a short interaction with District Disaster Management Authority Wokha. Later in the evening, the team would proceed to Kohima and take stock of the major landslide in and around Kohima district tomorrow. Apunyo, AIR News, Kohima.
Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Pema Khandu has requested to the Union Home Ministry to depute an interministerial team to visit the flood and drought-affected areas of the state to assess the situation. Finance Ministry has notified annual tax return forms for businesses registered under the GST, in which details of sales, purchases and input tax credit benefits accrued to them during 2017-18 fiscal have to be provided in a consolidated manner. The Ministry has notified annual return form for normal taxpayers, GSTR 9, and for composition taxpayers, GSTR 9A. The last date for filing the annual return forms is 31st of December. With the notification, government has accepted the long-pending demand of industry and has notified annual return form for normal taxpayers GSTR 9 and annual return form for composition taxpayers GSTR 9A, in which detailed information has to be provided by businesses. Commerce and Industry Minister Suresh Prabhu has said that negotiations for the mega trade deal of Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership will continue next year as more rounds of talks are required to sort out issues pertaining to goods and services. Mr. Prabhu told reporters in New Delhi that India at the Singapore meeting emphasized on three important issues, including establishing linkage of services to goods negotiations as the agreement is a comprehensive one and not focused only on goods. He said the services sector is a key area for India as the segment accounts for about 55% of the country's GDP. Director General of Jammu and Kashmir Police, S.P. Vaid, has said that the state police has been fighting a proxy war for decades, which requires a lot of courage and determination of the men and officers of the state police. In a tweet, Dr. Vaid said any speculative reporting which can affect the morale of the cops should be avoided. He was responding to a TV news channel report that the Union Home Ministry is not satisfied with the state police and is looking for a replacement for Dr. Vaid. The Home Ministry also put the speculations to rest, saying it has commended the work done by the Jammu and Kashmir Police on more than one occasion. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. President Ramnath Kovind has called upon the Indian diaspora in Bulgaria to become a part of India's transformative journey. Addressing the Indian diaspora in Sofia last night, Mr. Kovind said that today's India is a land of opportunities for those who want to connect, innovate, trade and invest. The President said,
India is the fastest growing major economy in the world with a current growth rate of 8.2%. We are making steady progress towards becoming a 5 trillion economy and the third largest consumer market in the world by 2025.
Mr. Kovind said India's diaspora policy has acquired a new vigor and several steps have been taken to connect the diaspora people to India. He invited the Indian community in Bulgaria to participate in the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas to be held in Varanasi in January next year. Mr. Kovind also held a meeting with Indian business delegation at Sofia. President Kovind arrived in Sofia last evening after completing his 3-day visit to Cyprus. Our correspondent has more details.
President Ramnath Kovind will hold bilateral discussions with President of Bulgaria, Rumen Radev, today. Delegation-level talks and signing of agreements and MOUs between the two countries is also scheduled to take place later in the day. However, President Kovind is known to be always keen to connect to students and youth. On the occasion of Teachers' Day, he will be addressing the students of Sofia University here in Bulgaria. Rajesh Jha, AIR News, Sofia, Bulgaria.
In Kolkata, a section of a 50-year-old bridge on the arterial Diamond Harbour Road collapsed yesterday, killing one person, injuring 21 and trapping several people. West Bengal government has ordered a probe to find out the cause of the collapse. Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee has announced a compensation of 5 lakh rupees to the family of the dead and 50,000 each to the injured. Prime Minister Narendra Modi termed the incident as deeply unfortunate and hoped for the speedy recovery of the injured. In Delhi, 2 persons were killed and 9 injured after a fire broke out at a godown in Sanjay Gandhi Transport Nagar yesterday evening. Police said the crime and forensic teams were called in and prima facie it appears the fire occurred due to the leakage in one of the CNG kits. Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana is an ambitious scheme of the central government which aims to connect every village to roads. In Uttar Pradesh, scores of villages are being connected to district headquarters through Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. Here is a ground report from our Lucknow correspondent.
Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana has become a path of development for far-flung areas of Uttar Pradesh. In Mau district, 9 link roads are being constructed with a budget of around rupees 30 crore in the current financial year. After completion of 11 kilometers road with expenditure of rupees 5 crore and getting connected to Badua Godam, residents of Brahmanpura village are feeling delighted. One villager, Jagannath, told AIR,
योजना के तहत सड़क बनाई जा रही है। जनता को काफी लाभ मिल रहा है। सड़कें भी अच्छी बन रही हैं। ये सड़क बहुत खराब हो गई थी, लेकिन जब से यह बनी है तब से यातायात के लिए बहुत ही अच्छा हो गया है।
Another villager, Deepak Arya, told that after the construction of Link Road under the scheme, travel to city and reaching schools have become much easier.
यहाँ रास्ता नहीं रहने की वजह से ग्राम का विकास नहीं हो पा रहा था। अब योजना के तहत सड़क बन गया है, तो इसके तहत गांव के लोग स्कूल जाते हैं, गांव का बहुत विकास हो गया है।
Construction of 3,000 kilometer roads was targeted. Out of this, 1,000 kilometer roads have already been constructed, connecting the far-flung areas to the main roads. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
Tamil Nadu Governor Banwari Lal Purohit yesterday released the Tamil version of the book Exam Warriors, written by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Addressing the function attended by hundreds of school heads and academicians in Chennai, the governor said millions of students will benefit by the book and take up the exams with confidence. The centre has selected 3 government schools of Haryana for the Swachh Vidyalaya Puraskar for the academic year 2017-18. Haryana's Education Minister Ram Bilas Sharma said in Chandigarh yesterday that Union Minister of Human Resource Development Prakash Javadekar would confer the awards to these schools in New Delhi on 18th of September. The Prime Minister of Nepal, KP Sharma Oli, has said that 4th BIMSTEC summit was very successful and it has given a new hope and momentum to the regional organization. More from our Kathmandu correspondent.
Briefing the Parliament about outcome of the 4th BIMSTEC summit, Nepalese Prime Minister said that summit was the success of regional diplomacy and joint efforts to fulfill aspirations of regional development. Mr. Oli said that discussions were held on all 14 identified areas and main focus was on connectivity, trade, investment and poverty alleviation. He said that success of the summit has not only increased Nepal's reputation at international level but also enhanced capacity and confidence of the country. The 4th BIMSTEC summit was held last week in Kathmandu. The leaders of all 7 member states, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi, attended the summit. Rajkumar, AIR News, Kathmandu.
Defending champions India will take on Sri Lanka in their opening encounter at South Asian Football Federation's SAF Cup in Dhaka today. India, currently ranked 96 in the latest FIFA rankings, have been on the winning side 15 times against Sri Lanka out of the 22 face-offs so far. The other countries in the tournament are Nepal, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan and Maldives. And now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Sarabjit Kaur.
Thank you, Anuja. Transport services connecting the vast areas in the southern part of Kolkata city getting severely affected owing to collapse of a portion of an overbridge at Majerhat in Alipur area has been covered by almost all the newspapers today. Bridge collapse sends road traffic haywires, train services hit too, reports the Pioneer, while the Times of India writes, IIT experts wanted faulty Kolkata flyover raised. It's not just a surge in crude oil imports, but also a spike in imports of coal and other ores that has resulted in rising trade and current account deficits, adding to the downward pressure on the rupee, tracks the Indian Express. Adding to strain of falling rupees, sharp spike in import of coal ores. Centre to construct 100 airports worth 4.2 lakh crore rupees, says Prabhu, in the next 10 to 15 years, is a headline in the DNA. Ministry of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation coming up with new measures in the draft bill to protect the river Ganga is tracked under the headline New Ganga Cleanup Law Plans, Armed Force, Prison Terms and Fines in the Indian Express. Amazon joins Apple in climb to 1 trillion market value, reports the Hindustan Times, while the Economic Times says Jeff Bezos to be richest person on the planet about the 54-year-old founder of Amazon. Tough, blunt Justice Gogoi is next chief, headlines the Mail today. And finally, in an attempt to bring down air pollution, the Delhi City Cabinet approved the Environment Ministry's proposal to grant 50% subsidy to those restaurants who would convert their coal-based tandoors to electricity. And that's the end of the press review.
Thank you, Sarabjit. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Teachers' Day being celebrated throughout the country today. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu to give away National Teachers Awards in New Delhi. An interministerial central team arrives in Nagaland to assess the damages caused by floods and landslides. Finance Ministry notifies annual tax return forms for businesses registered under GST. President Ramnath Kovind calls upon Indian diaspora in Bulgaria to become a part of India's transformative journey. And in football, defending champions India to take on Sri Lanka in their opening encounter at SAF Cup in Dhaka today. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.